Would you look at that? I'm back. I have to immediately get up and do something in the bathroom that doesn't involve going to the toilet. Got something stuck in my ear. Welcome back to Low Energy Videos. Hell of an opener, isn't it? I'll save you the image. I can still talk to you as I do it. So, it's day 2 of going through the content. I will quickly break down what that is all about. Look, it's me upon me upon me upon me upon me on me. It's true. Okay, so me. What is me all about? I am low energy, so I actually feel pretty pumped. Maybe because I played with the weights for a bit and I've eaten a lot of energy-rich food today. So much so that in 6 hours I can get back on the treadmill, and I'm actually looking forward to it. We are going to be going through the backlog of things I have saved. We did that yesterday, and we had to go and look at the coup. There is a rather important, in theory, debate going on right now, and it's not between a bunch of online personas, but it definitely is being covered by many. If you want to go and look at that presidential debate through the eyes of, I don't know, one of those novelty clams with the googly eyes, you can go and do that. We'll talk about that on Sunday. I will say I watched a little bit of it so far. Biden is old. I didn't need the debate to tell me that. And Trump is a liar. Didn't need anyone to tell me that either. Is it a fuck? Yes, it is. Who's getting fucked? Everyone. Everyone. So to take my mind off it, we'll be looking at this. Hi, Red Eye. We just got done playing some Homeworld, and then I went and got something to eat, and then I watched the episode 4 of The Boys, season 2, because I'm playing catch up. Really enjoying it so far. Really enjoying it. Good. Knew it would be good. So yeah, we got a big old backlog today we're going to go through. Just the random stuffs I found, and to give you a context of just how much backlog we're talking about. Yesterday we did this for about 2 hours, and we barely scratched the surface, but okay, I'm going to go now, and you're going to hear my mouse wheel, right? You can't see the list except for the first few of them, and I'll tell you when it stops. Okay, starting now. That's how long it took. Might say, oh, that's nothing. Well, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. That's a lot of tags. Some of them will be duds. Some of them will be redundant. Some I will keep for Sunday. It's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, if I see anything new I want to watch, I'll watch with you guys. Ooh, speak of the devil. So, like I said, once this is done, everyone will talk about it. Everyone will have their cake and eat it. Probably never. There's Generacy talking about it. There's that. No agendas down here somewhere I saw. I was hoping for a new Walnut Grove. I've been listening on my own time to a lot of Duke of Wales and Rosenkrantz. And to go to sleep, I've been listening to this. Fuck it, we'll start with this one. We didn't have any Cobes
Like a
yesterday.
fucking Jolly Green being 6 foot tall, having fucking shit on the end of your nose, fucking looking like a Jolly Green giant fucking bitch. Like Wendy's.
I, in all fairness, sometimes tell people, like, I start throwing insults out and I can't quite finish the insult. So I have to start adding more things to the list, but it's usually redundant, same things. Jolly Green, Big Nose Green, Giant Green, you know.
What?
Yeah.
What is up, fellow YouTubers? It's your favorite sexy goth bad boy, the legendary King Cobra, back at another video. They say he's sexist, he's racist, he's this and that. It is what it is, YouTube. It's the fucking truth. And that's the thing of it. I laugh my ass off at that shit, you know?
He's not there anymore.
I mean, Christ, you're supposed to laugh at it, otherwise you're a sexist, dude. Here's something to think about. Hickory, dickory, dog. These fucking trolls can suck my cock. Clover's clock struck 12. Now it's only 1. You know?
Linear time, motherfucker.
And don't get me started on fucking Little Bo Peep and her fucking sheep. Fuck these trolls, talk is cheap. Fuck Little Bo Peep.
She smells like
fuck
Wendy.
Trolls, you know? And let me ask you this. If you identify as a goddamn troll, how does the fuck does that work, dude?
You stay under a bridge, and when someone shows up, you demand a toll of alcohol or food, because money brings you no joy, as how would you use money? And if they don't pay you, you eat them instead. That's how a troll
fucking
works.
Ridiculous,
okay?
You know? And don't get me started on hickory, dickory, dog. These fucking trolls can suck my cock. Cobra's clone.
Sometimes he channels in a racist Jerry Lewis Asian. Like, oh, I am sorry.
Cobra's clock struck 12. Now it's only 1. You know? Fuck these trolls up and they're fucking done.
Go on.
Hickory, dickory, dog. Cock, suck my cock, dude.
Alright. Thank you for that musical opener. So I'll get a few of these things prepped. We're gonna go through them one by one. And we'll see what these are all about. If some of them are dead links, great. And sometimes we're like, wait, I want to hold on to this one. That's been my problem. I've been putting all these down for Sundays or drinking streams, and then I never get around to it. Couldn't do it last week. I was barely alive. Protecting student confidentiality.
Oh, go ahead, take a seat.
Mr. Carter, you asked to see me?
He looks like Ben Shapiro. He looks like a bigger chinned Ben Shapiro mixed in with a little bit of like a 50s G-Man. And I don't mean G-Man as in debate me atheist. I mean more like an FBI agent.
Yes, I need to talk to you about an incident that occurred after school yesterday. It seems that
2003, the Kansas Department of Education asked my high school repertory theater troupe, to help with an internal video about protecting students' confidentiality. Cool.
2 of your students, Tony and Jason, got into a fist fight after school in the parking lot.
Somehow my mom got a copy back when it was new. 20 years later, it's finally captured video off that old VHS tape. I'm surprised it's still working.
Jason's
I like the Statue of Liberty there in the background.
nose was broken, and Tony had to go to the emergency room for stitches. In front of a large group of students.
Pretty much always being the oldest looking person in my age, so even at 17 I was cast as the principal.
Tony was able to share some very private information about Jason, including his medical diagnosis, IQ score, and reading grade level. Now, I asked Tony how he got that information, and he said that he read it on a folder on your desk. Miss Anderson, did you leave Jason's confidential special education folder on your desk last night? Maintaining confidentiality of student records is extremely important. Jason's mother is very angry and says she's calling a lawyer. and I just got a call from the State Department of Education, and it seems that she's already called them and asked for information about filing a complaint.
Well, somebody's not getting their Christmas bonus, except for Michael here, who's going to go on to win many, many Principal Skinner lookalike contests. It is wild to see him with hair, but in most cases, we're not actually born bald. That comes later. Doja Cat stops performing the song after the crowd didn't know the lyrics.
Bitch, you don't know that shit! What the fuck?
Go back to the frog dude.
Wow. Wow.
And answer calls.
All right.
Look at her, the way she puts her hands up in the feet. She's like, fuck it. You're all here for the most generic slop I've got? Here you go. No one knew what to do. Why did she need... All they had to do was just make a jumble of words, you know? That was it. I love the Sphere so much. That's so One Piece. This was June 10th I got this on. Damn. Month's nearly over. Honestly, it's a bit busy as an ad goes, but it is still celebrating, you know. But it's celebrating the show, not the comic. And yes, comic and manga are interchangeable. Fuck off. Same with graphic novel. Never liked the art style of One Piece. Their mouths, they're like apples cut in half. It's still kind of cool though. A bull named Party Bus vaulted... Wait, what? Bull named Party Bus vaulted into a crowd at a rodeo in Oregon, but he didn't stop there. Looked to escape, he turned towards the fans wearing a red shirt and cowboy chuck wagon concession area. Flipped them over twice. Oh well, God bless the USA. Players, oh no, that is perfect for tonight. 4 injured, 2 rushed to hospitals. By all this, the show went on again the next night. Christ. Now why can't we have the bull debating Trump, you know? Rodeos are filth. Everyone knows about bull. Yeah. The bull ring with the Spanish and shit, but yeah, rodeos aren't great either. So yeah, you get an animal all riled up, and it's the size of a car. Yeah, you're gonna have people hurt. A small car, still, it's gonna fuck shit up. The great. All right, hold on. Oh, this is old. I'm not going to even include this one. She's been done and dusted. One of the fastest right-wing grifts to fall apart. She's the one who said, you know, you're all... Well, I'll let her play it just once. Fuck it.
Gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas.
Yeah. Also, she said it with the A. She didn't say it with the R. But she's doing it for one simple reason. Clout. And she got it for all of a week. And then people dropped her. Why? Because as it turns out, she's got a side hustle. Hey, Bill. A side hustle where she sells baby clothes. She's a single mom. And that's no-no in the eyes of the Lord. White people. White. Conservative people. So yeah, her grift's been gone. Her grift lasted in the course of a month. That is so wild. I was busy on the 10th. Right. Ooh.
This is probably the greatest transition of all time.
I remember this. Beautiful.
This is probably the...
I do not like his fucking hair. I do not like his fucking reverse Dirty Sanchez. It should be up here if you're gonna do it.
Greatest transition of all time.
But this is still really good.
This is probably the greatest...
Nice. Now I can see up here something we're keeping till Sunday. So we're gonna have to start working around that. This is great. I love this.
One of my kids at the end of the school year, he was like, Miss Richardson, I gotta tell you something. I was like, okay, what? He was like, we're gonna have to put my dog down. And I was like, oh, bud, no. One of the kids from across the room was like, man, don't nobody care about your dog. I was like, hey, yes, we do, man. I was like, don't say that. He was like, you know what, Miss Richardson, that was foul. My bad. Hey, man, condolences to your puppy. And I was like...
And that's every day as a middle school teacher.
Every single day. One of my kids at the end...
Aww, puppy dead. I don't care about your damn dog. Boo! La boo! La boo! Back in... I don't care how young or old they are. Yes, we do. We're calling that fucking shit out. Teachers Off Duty podcast. Huh. That was some good shit. May post the whole... Oh, this is the skull gun. Somebody replaced... someone put it in OG Doom. This is so cool. And the shield. Buzzsaw shield and skull firing gun. It will never not be good. Also makes me want to play Doom. Alright, from here on out I have to move over to Tyson Fury. Oh yeah! Tyson Fury scored out a bar and face planted onto concrete. God. Almost forgot about this. Okay, but we don't actually see... We can see he's absolutely sloshed, but we don't see him... Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What are they screaming? What are they screaming?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It barely sounds like English. So it's a modern English accent. Oh, I don't want to watch this after eating a bunch of rice. Pass. I already saw one creepy thing. Audition. Thank you, Bill. And I do mean thank you. It was a good film. It was just, ugh. You know? A little bit of the old, ugh. Alright, let's see. Oh, we already got through that one. I didn't get rid of it. Alright, this is interesting. I've been playing this on and off. It's a free demo.
Hello everyone, my name is Matt Marshall, and I'm the solo developer of Dystopica, a minimal, relaxing, and darkly cozy city building sandbox for future cities. There's no management, there's no goals, just build, sculpt, create, and enjoy a bit of cyberpunk zen in your day. It's intended to be a small, creative, but meditative experience, like a freaky little cyberpunk bonsai tree right in your computer. I wanted to capture that feeling of wandering vast cities and getting lost in the heavy rain and the fog and the noise and the traffic, and finding some peace of mind in those otherwise chaotic environments.
Very simple.
Using a combination of districts, you can place, sculpt, and shape your city. Buildings and districts have a range of effects and connections to explore and create.
Yep.
As you build, the city will fill with dynamic lights and procedural traffic. You can also customize weather, time of day, and even the soundtrack to find just the right mood. Use the light brush to inject a bit of energy and life into your city. And with a variety of props and decorations, you can really make it something unique and special for you. There are giant towering holograms, launch pads, blimps, signage, and many other things to unlock over time as you play. You can even bring in your own images to the billboards. Make your future city a shrine to your cat, like I've done here for Rona. Flipping over to photo mode, you can create spectacular and creative photos with camera and environment settings and a range of filters and controls at your disposal.
It's a little sandbox game, there's no end goal or anything like that.
When I was growing up, I always played city builders and simulators with cheat codes on, just creating the cities I wanted to and taking in the soundtrack and nothing more. And I wanted to capture that experience for other builders like me who love to create epic horizons and not fiddle with city budgets or citizen happiness meters. Dystopica 1.0 is coming soon, and this is really just the departure point for what is a passion project for me. I'll be updating it over time with new content, quality of life improvements, and maybe some mod support features. Thank you so much for taking a look at Dystopica, and please wishlist the game on Steam so you know the moment it drops.
Yep. It's a pretty nice game. What would a lore... oh, speaking of the game, this is what the Imperial City should look like compared to what we got in Oblivion. This is the biggest city on the planet. It takes up one of the largest islands in the world. It should be astronomically huge. Any other city, whether it be Vivek City, all of Skyrim cities put together, Daggerfall, they should all be like provincial little side hubs. See here, the this is the oh, what do you call it? The Arcane University. That would be about the size of like Balmora itself. I think it's a little too unorganized. It should be more like a spokes of a wheel, but the scale is correct. When monetized says scumbag butcher beats microtransactions. True. See how it becomes increasingly, if you were to look too closely at the buildings, it would look more like just a random number. Ironically enough, it would be like Daggerfall. There's Temple, there's the arena. It's a little too unorganized, but it's so, yeah, look at the amount of ships going in now. It should be a major trade hub. There's what, like 2 of them in Oblivion? For some reason I'm thinking that the white gold tower needs to be whiter and golden, honestly. That's cool. That reminds me of is it Galbadia from Final Fantasy VIII at night when you're going there for the assassination. You're taking the bus everywhere. You can see here it's more organized there, but I think the avenues need to be bigger. That's all. It's still, that's what I have in my skull. What we got. The Xbox couldn't do that. The Xbox could not do that in the slightest. I didn't like it. That is cool. I like the other ones they did where it was mostly Skyrim cities. Whiterun looks great. Oh, this? Actually, I don't think we'll have time on Sunday to watch this. So fuck it, let's watch it now.
Oh my god, it happened. It finally happened.
Red, you'll get a laugh at this.
Discovered trains.
Wow.
And so the tech pros looked at this efficient, convenient, tried and tested system and thought, how could we make it worse in literally every way possible? Thus the Megrail was born, by the company...
Of course, this is Adam Sutton. We've watched him tons of times. He's very good at what he does in breaking down the libertarian tech bro, I'll break reality and remake it to my will sort of dreams by pointing out the practical sides of anything. He normally goes after Elon, but there's plenty of other people besides Elon as well.
Volmo, a Polish deep tech startup, whatever that means, future of transportation, Hyperloop inspiration. Hyperloop? That century-old idea Elon Musk pushed, which he later admitted was just a ploy to sabotage California high-speed rail so that people remain dependent on their cars so that he can sell more Teslas. That
the old man up on stage right now that probably, don't spoil it for me, but probably needs a defibrillator right now, did something actually kind of cool, and he set in motion some high-speed rail in California. It'll take about 5 years to complete, so if he loses the election, Trump, out of pure spite, will probably cancel it. But from everyone I've ever talked to out in California, those fuckers need rail bad. Not just shipping Union Pacific shit. I'm talking about proper, like, interconnected rail systems.
Hyperloop? Yeah? Okay, just checking. Navomo's Megrail envisions being a middle ground between conventional rail and the Hyperloop, going faster than the former, but not quite as fast as the latter. With Megrail, they plan to achieve 550 km per hour on existing conventional track.
No, what you need to do is, you need to create these strange looking orbs and fill your goods in them, even if they don't fit right, and then have a giant mechanical spider with a big empty like donut center come in, squat over the orb, collect it, and then shuffle across the open plains to their destination. That would look really cool in an early 2000s video game. So of course, it would be very practical today. Hell, Australia would be perfect for that. The Amazon spider caravan is here. The size of a fucking building. Like the sand crawlers from Star Wars, but full of like Funko Pops. And bubble tea.
They plan to do this with a type of maglev track built into existing tracks, which propels the train forward as the regular steel wheels act like stabilizers. And so they envision doing two main things. First, retrofit existing rail rolling stock with linear motors so they can go real fast and also move independently. Second, build a dedicated train, a pod, for passenger transport and also
you can't call them old things. They have to be pods. They have to be, sometimes, I think once, they were just called like transports or engines. Engines. like a train used to sometimes be called. The engine. That's all a train is. Especially in the old days, you'd see it. It was just like this tank of just this well, Thomas the Tank Engine. The tank engine. Trains are old and very practical when well maintained and thought out, and America doesn't do that, even though they have one of the largest needs for it. No, the largest need in the world.
Afraid because fuck it, why not? And this idea is a great example of people trying to innovate an industry they know nothing about, like actually nothing. And so I'm here to explain to you how the rail industry works, and also why Navomo is peak idiocy. Let's dive in. So Navomo wants to do 550 km per hour on the existing rail network. Great. Over here in the real world, we can roughly divide rail into 3 segments based on speed: regular, higher speed, and high speed. And each of these have wildly different parameters and requirements. Regular speed rail is everything from 0 to around 160 km per hour. That's everything from the smallest countryside rail bus through modern commuter trains to intercity trains. Higher speed rail is stuff approximately between 160.
That's the shit that whenever I go up to Dublin, I'd be taking one of those bottom ones there. And while far prettier than our version, if I were to go on the Dart in Dublin, it would be that second one there.
60 and 250 km per hour. At 200, the tracks already need to be fully grade separated, meaning no level crossings. The more advanced intercity trains belong in this category, like the Railjet or the new ICE-L. High-speed rail is stuff above 250 km per hour. You need straight, very smooth trains.
I think the French, I think that's the only time I've ever been on one of those type of trains. The belting ones. Oh, and of course the one in America too would also count as the bottom one when I went on the East Coast there. On the A train off from New York to Philly.
Tracks, often with a special concrete
that
bed.
Engine, oh my, those carts rather, they were falling apart. Oh no, the train in Oslo from the airport, that was so modern. Oh my god, it was so modern, so comfy. They had a designated quiet zone on each carriage, where if you went there, it was sort of a gentleman's agreement that you just shut up. No phone, a book, a blanket, staring out the window, not even conversation. I saw one woman there all snuggled up in the corner reading a book. Actually, technically it was a Kindle, so skirting a bit, but so quiet. And each train cart had these huge pillars separating from the way to get out and on either side and the rest of the train, and they had these huge screens on them, and the screens would give you live feed from around the world, like New York, Tokyo, Moscow, whatever. Show the local time, the weather, of course show what was going on in Oslo that week. And it would even show like the value of metals, like the current value of gold. It felt like I was too poor to be on the train, but everyone was too polite to feel that way. If they built that in the UK, first of all, it would last a week. Second of all, I would feel like I was a dirty peasant. My job was, I don't know, be given a wrench and sent back to the back of the train to keep it from falling apart.
There are no physical track signals, trains have to be airtight due to air pressure differences in tunnels, and so on. Think the TGV, the ICE, and the Shinkansen. Currently, the fastest high-speed rail lines operate at around 350 km per hour, but even that is rather rare due to its complex requirements. There are actually very few systems that need to...
Yeah, if you need to go somewhere fast, you do just get on a plane. That's it. You just get on, like, there's no point being super fast trains unless it's a very specific thing. For example, in Japan and parts of China. Also, the train system from France to Lyon or Marseille, I believe, at one point set the world record.
Or are able to operate at 350 km per hour. But Navomo wants to still one-up that and achieve speeds of 550 km per hour with pods, all on the existing conventional tracks, as I said. And this is an idiotic idea for a shocking number of reasons.
Fucking pods, yay!
Navomo's rail passenger vehicle is a pod because of course it is. The one big positive aspect of trains, the one huge, flaming advantage is the ability to move tons of people by hooking a lot of vehicles together instead of running a bunch of small individual vehicles. Trains are extremely efficient at moving people because they are highly scalable. Take a look at this double-track commuter rail line north of Budapest. This one moves 12.6 million people each year, and it's not even close to its theoretical maximum capacity, that being 576,000 passengers per day. If we run double Stadler Kiss trains every 10 minutes all day, they are chock full. That's 210 million passengers per year.
Doesn't sound comfy, doesn't sound pleasant, but if you want efficiency, invest more in your rail line.
Hooked up together, two Stadler Kisses can take 2,000 passengers when packed absolutely full, you see. Can Navomo replicate this? Well, the pods cannot be coupled together, and by the looks of it, each pod can take about 20 people, meaning you would need 50 of these things just to achieve the capacity of one double-decker Stadler Kiss, or 100 for two Kisses. And you don't just need 100 pods, you also need 100 train drivers, and good luck getting that many. Even with our current, ultra-efficient system of one driver for up to 2,000 passengers, there is a personnel shortage on most railways. But then some tech bro will inevitably go, what about automation, bro?
Yeah.
No. Here's why. When automating trains, we must consider picking the right wallet for... Wait, what? Weren't we talking about trains? Oh, right. Today's video is sponsored...
Oh, that was a segue. That was a segue. Luckily, everyone like me has also agreed that it's a segue that's not needed. They do look really nice. I will say that. I like the leather one.
Use the code ADAMSOMETHING for even more discounts. That's partner.exter.com/AdamSomething, code ADAMSOMETHING. Thank you for checking out Exter, and thanks to Exter for sponsoring today's video. ERTMS is slowly being rolled out across Europe as we speak. It's a way to unify that absolute disastrous mess that is all the different systems in every country. Do you want to run a train across the continent? Get ready for having to cram a dozen fucking boxes into the driver's cabin, each with its own proprietary system you have to learn. ERTMS solves this problem. You only need one box, one system, and one set of sensors on the outside. And the reason...
No. Take the UK away. Okay? The only reason we're not there is because we're not needed, because we don't have a direct route. Back when England had a little bit of sense, they built the channel. And now the channel is connecting to a foreign country. Take the UK out and give us it. And then build from Brittany the world's longest rail tunnel. So I don't have to pay flights. We're gonna create a fucking Atlantis. No, Snowpiercer, but it's the sequel and it's underwater. We'll come outside of Mont Saint-Michel.
We need all this complex crap is because trains are big, long, fast, very heavy, and there are a lot of them moving around at the same time on the same network, all at different speeds and towards different destinations. And I am not talking about American rail here. Compared to Europe, American long-distance rail is a fucking joke. Aside from the 2 lines where there is an okay service, you have on the lines, what, 2 pairs of trains per day? That's not a rail service, that's a traveling exhibition. I'm talking real service. 2-3 long-distance trains per hour at peak times. That sort of thing. With such frequencies, we really want to avoid running trains into each other, but except for the Czech Republic, they seem to love crashing their trains. And the way you avoid this is by knowing exactly where they are going, and planning their routes accordingly. ERTMS does that for you. The system is very advanced and it is capable of automatic train operation, basically self-driving trains. But even then you need a driver on board to supervise. Yes. Driverless trains aren't yet viable on a large scale, even with state-of-the-art tech. For the time being, you cannot have driverless trains. Navomo cannot have driverless trains, which means their independent, self-driving railcar idea is basically dead in the water, and for their passenger pods, they would need to hire hundreds of drivers to provide any semblance of a regular service, which is like saying you'll open a water park in the middle of the Sahara. But even if you somehow manage to get enough drivers and build enough pods to start running these things at a frequency higher than once a day, you'll very soon run into another problem, no pun intended. German high-speed rail is kinda shit, in a European context anyway. It's still a miracle of God compared to American rail, but compared to places like France or Italy, it's rather underwhelming. Last year the punctuality...
Let's see. Slovenia is the lowest, and Switzerland is the best. Oh, that's interesting, because I would have thought somewhere like maybe Luxembourg. Luxembourg, that's not fair. They have like 2 stops. One on the German border and one on the French border. I would have probably said Italy would have been the worst, and it's not the best by far. Switzerland makes a lot of sense. They can invest in that sort of thing. Plus, roads aren't really great when everything's snowed in. So having rail lines that go through mountains makes a lot of sense. Of course, their bridges also do that too. I do love those bridges. Not the bridges. Their roads do that. I love the ones that are half open to the elements. Like they're on the corner of a mountainside. So as you're driving, you turn to your left. There's no glass or anything. It's just open air, and built from the mountain itself are all these like blocks, and every once in a while there's a pillar holding it all up, and it's just like a big open window, usually looking out to the sea or somewhere like that. God, Europe's roads are an absolute disaster in some respects, but probably the prettiest in the world in others.
Of German long-distance trains was just 64%. Punctuality here is measured by a maximum 5-minute delay at the destination. Meanwhile, in France, long-distance trains were 87%.
The American freight train system features driverless trains. Yeah, and have we been seeing a lot more crashes as of late?
Punctual. That's because French high-speed trains mostly run on dedicated tracks, while Germans operate what's called a mixed system. That's code for we want high-speed rail, but we don't want to make it too good because it would cut into the profits of our auto industry.
Plus, they're not really, by the looks of it, they're not really doing much in Eastern Europe, Eastern Germany, are they? Which is where most of the conservatives are. It's almost like if you underdevelop a region, more conservative attitudes will take over.
Anyway, a mixed traffic means that high-speed trains mingle with regular rail traffic on large sections of the network. While a French TGV can pretty much zoom through the entire country at full speed, not encountering any unscheduled holdups, a German ICE often needs to make multiple unscheduled stops. Because people took too long to get on and off a commuter train, which caused a freight train to bunch up behind it, and the freight train accelerates very slowly, so it held up a Eurocity for 10 minutes, which already left the station where the ICE could have gone around it, so now the ICE has to stand for 15 minutes at the station until the track ahead clears up. Multiply this by 200 and you have the German long-distance network. But hey, at least their car industry is doing okay.
It's like the Holy Roman Emperor, Holy Roman Empire, but with trains.
I think I'm joking, but one of their political parties, the Libertarian FDP, is likely under the direct control of Porsche. Alright, so how would Nevomo fare in a mixed traffic environment, also known as 99% of the European rail network? Let's see, the passengers have boarded, the signal turns green, the ERTMS module is live and buzzing with energy, the driver hits the button, and the train, the fucking pod, starts accelerating towards its miraculous 550 km/h top speed. But then, a stop signal, and you have to wait for 15 minutes for the track to clear next to the ICE. Surprise, surprise. And even when the pod starts moving again, it can only go as fast as the train in front of it, maybe a bit faster until it catches up. You cannot really overtake trains ahead of you. Only a few stations have side tracks where slow trains can wait out higher class trains. But even if you did have enough side tracks at every station and you could clear the whole track in front of your pod, why should an ICE, Eurocity, Intercity or any other train for that matter with up to 1,000 passengers each wait around and collect delay so that 20 people can zoom past in a rolling dildo? So in
because to get on that train you'd probably have to be money. That's really it. That's what they're saying. That's why they want the pods. They want the self-driving pods so they can do cocaine off their 14-year-old Filipino child brides, and they don't have to talk to black people. That's it. That's the whole reason all this exists. They're creating a rarefied atmosphere. The cloud district, which we don't get to go to very often.
reality, even if the Nevomo pod is technically viable and key decision makers smoked enough crack to consider it a good idea, the pods would only be going by 140-160 km/h, maybe 200 on most lines.
If they could, they would create an upper road only for the wealthy people to drive.
Could realistically do 320 or so on dedicated high-speed tracks, but for that you would need to...
They would build Midgar if they could.
retrofit hundreds of kilometers with magnetic third rails costing multiple billions, just so you can run a very small train at the exact speed as the existing system while providing a worse service, compared to high-speed trains where you can get up, walk around, go to the bar or restaurant and so on. If anything, Navomo really betrays the shallow, lizard-brained thinking of tech bros. In their world, more speed equals more good. But speed isn't everything on railways. There are also things like frequency, coverage, convenience, price, capacity, ease of transfer, punctuality. You can have the fastest train in the world, but if it runs once per day, hauls...
Give me enough seats for everyone, or this has already failed at that. Punctuality is another one, of course. I want my train on my time, especially if I'm going for a flight. Christ. A bar, which the ones up north have, but not the ones in the south. And they don't even give you the food card anymore. Good Wi-Fi. In fact, here in Ireland, I would take the Wi-Fi over the bar, and I guess just have more trains.
24 people max, and one ticket costs 600 euros, then nobody will take it.
Every town doesn't need a train.
Okay, so Navomo is a complete non-starter for passenger traffic. How about freight? They also want to do freight pods because of course they do. And I have made a video about this already, about basically the same idea called the hyperport. And the question any maglev freight enthusiast tech bros should answer here is, why do you need to haul a container at 550 km per hour on land after it spent 2 weeks on a cargo ship and 1 week at a port container storage? Why is it imperative that after a 3-week trip the container gets to its destination like a day earlier? But here, let me show you a magic trick from the real world. I am a factory manager and I sure need shipments of components from China. I need 1 container per day and I have one now, but tomorrow I'll need a new one. How will the container make it here in a day all the way from China? The next day. Whoa, look, a new container! How did it get here so fast? Did they build a cargo hyperloop all the way to China? No, it's called supply chains. If you need 1 container per day, your supplier in China can just send one your way every day, so after the initial lead time you'll have 1 container coming in each day. Or you can just write an email to the supplier well in advance and order a whole bunch of containers. So what I'm saying is, this whole maglev cargo pod system is made obsolete by Gmail and a wall calendar.
Oh, let's have a look at that woman there. That was a nice...
Maglev cargo pod system is made obsolete by Gmail and a wall calendar.
Okay, so she's got sausages, bread, pizza, and some sort of symbol of a phallic nature, perhaps some sort of meat or sausage. Infrastructure. Trains must be respected.
Putting down a high-tech third rail.
Oh, that wasn't a dart in Ireland, was it? No, they're not shaped like that. It's too nice of a day to be Ireland.
Putting down a high-tech third rail filled with copper might seem like a good idea when sitting in the tech bro fret house, but in the real world you have to deal with things like cable theft, which is a constant problem even when set cables are dug deep into the ground. Putting that copper-filled third rail in a very easily accessible spot would guarantee theft pretty much immediately and at a large scale. If your train hits a pried-up panel at 550 km per hour, there is a good chance it will derail, killing everyone in the process. But even if there is no theft in your world, going 550 km per hour on conventional tracks just won't work. Even on a completely empty track, you need to slow down at level crossings, especially if they don't have barriers. You have to slow down inside or near urban areas, because at 550 km per hour you would generate a ton of wind, which would blow out the windows on any buildings sitting too close to the tracks, knock over fences.
That's why Concorde couldn't go full supersonic until they were out on the ocean, because it would like permanently it would like fuck people's ears up.
Wreck gardens and so on. It would also blow out the windows of trains passing on the other track, so you would also need to slow down whenever you pass one. But the track itself will also limit you, no matter how much tech you cram into it. Have you ever wondered why high-speed rail tracks are often made of concrete? That is to prevent high-speed trains from kicking up stones and damaging stuff. At 550 km per hour, you would need tracks that are fully concreted, otherwise you would send large stones flying everywhere. Meaning, once again, you would need to slow down. Curves and switches are also a problem. If a curve is built for 100-120 km per per hour, which is quite common, then that's how fast you'll be going on it regardless of your propulsion. The alternative is either smashing passengers' heads open on the windows or flying off the rails. No matter how much future tech you pile on existing infrastructure, you won't be able to escape rail geometry. The same goes for switches. They are certified for certain maximum speeds, with high-speed switches sometimes being more than a kilometer long. However, even the fastest switches cannot handle 550 kilometers per hour unless you insist on getting derailed. You're gonna need to slow down. Not to mention everything around and above the tracks. The trees, the catenary poles, the overhead line, the signal systems, none of these were designed with 550 kilometers per hour in mind. Should a pod pass at that speed, many trees would topple over, the wire would break off, poles would start swaying wildly, eventually wearing down their foundation. It would be a complete disaster, unless we invested billions and billions into expensive, heavy-duty retrofits for the sake of a fucking pod carrying 20 people. What are we even doing here? To sum up, the Megrail is an idiotic, completely unfeasible idea in basically all aspects.
But in video games, near the end of the tech tree, mag rails are activated, and that's good.
Pod design is an efficiency black hole, the service cannot coexist with existing rail traffic, and the current tracks are absolutely unsuitable for speeds of 550 km per hour. The only way you could potentially make this thing work is if you built completely new, dedicated infrastructure. Here's an idea: we could run a bunch of these pods on them, all hooked together into one long pod to increase efficiency. We could call this revolutionary system, I don't know, high-speed rail. So yeah, the Megrail is stupid. Oh, and they want to use AI to maintain trains because of course they do. These tech bros, man. This time they got pretty close. They almost built an actual train. Almost. Anyway, I figured I might tackle this Megrail bullshit since it's been floating around me for a while. If you like my content, consider...
I do like his content. Oh, I don't like wealthy people who are stupid with money. If affluent people lost their sense of self-importance, high-speed transit would evaporate. Very true. They'll have to stay away, and they have, because if you've played what's the name of it? Borderlands 2. Handsome Jack is building a new city out in the desert, and as he says, it's a new prosperous place for everyone. His friends, he means. You can't go in, but we'll set up an area where you can look at it from really far away. Like, all this stuff is for people who hang out in wealthy cafes and nightclubs that cost like $200 for an entry. They chill with friends in villas and yachts. They have private jets, and they're usually, none of them are earning that money properly. They're all just nepo babies, and they just have the idea to make people... This gives people jobs. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. You want to give people jobs? Go to an area with no employment and ask the city elders, the council, the people in charge, what would be good here for you people? I'll pay for it. And they'll say, oh, we used to make this. Let's make this. Now, it's true. They might make this shit and no one will buy it. You need to give them jobs. That is still doomed to fail. But it is a step above this shit. Because it's a self-feeding ecosystem with these fuckers. They live out in the pods so they can be away from poor people and people who like the government. So they can party and stare off into the distance and have sex with 13-year-old Filipino girls. And you know what? If they got what they wanted, because sometimes they do get what they want, they don't seem happy either. They're constantly going on about how they want to change the world, but they never do. They get involved in crypto and NFT, and it's a disaster. AI is being pushed the same way. At least AI is something most people understand. You go to a website, you type in SpongeBob eating a whole funnel cake in a really messy way, and yeah, he's got a funnel cake. obviously that's where AI should really begin and end in my book, if it even needs that. But then what does a crypto bro do? He doesn't stop and laugh at it. He puts a watermark on it and sells it. It's art, not fucking art. It's a daydream you just popped out of your head. No meaning behind it. Why I don't like how the way Luna Da Vinci goes on about AI. She's the only person I know who defends AI art. And that's the art section. There's tons of people who've like found their stuff stolen beyond that. Papers getting redone. Voss just came back from fucking doing canvassing for Bowman, and there was an article written about him, and just the language started giving him red flags, so he realized there was a lot of typos there too. He's like, oh, it's AI. Bye-bye journalism, as if you weren't already on the ropes already. You're not needed. You just need some prompts. I saw someone doing this, streaming, and they were an AI. And I don't mean like the VTuber shit, I mean actual like prompts. It's gonna fall apart. People are so invested in it. It's so fucking weird. And it's so dangerous. And it's fucking up energy grids too. And it's all backed by the same people who back shit like this. If you remember in Saudi Arabia, they were building that huge strip city. That's still going ahead. That's going to be one of the biggest hubris stories of all time. And it's all so they can write up to the tax man that they're investing. Investing in what? A city for the poor? No. That's not what Dubai is. That's not what Kuwait is. That's not what Bahrain is. City for the rich. So they realize they're not going to do jobs themselves, so they're going to get the poor in. Where are they going to go? They're going to live in shanty towns. They always live in shanty towns. Sometimes I think the robots have the right of it and we should just submit to their rule. The more and more I think about it, the movie iRobot, the computer that tries to take over the world, I'd listen to her. Fuck it. Sounds like she had a decent idea. We can't do jack shit. We got drive this train. They derail a bit. Yep. And where they go, they fucking go. Yep. Derail, more paid. Alright, skilled core. Take care. Alright, well that was I would almost say that's a detour. Actually, this is a detour. I'm gonna quickly minimize this and I'm gonna open up a tab and see what people are saying about Sleepy Joe and Rotten Trump. Awesome. Very cool. What I did see, Biden looked so fucking out of it. Alright. I should go to a news source now. Just looking at the memes. As team claimed he has the cold. Yeah. Isn't that what they said with Nixon? No point looking at the polls. They go all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in favor of Trump right now. He probably... I don't need to watch it to know that he would have come out on top, even if all he was just doing was like gas them every once in a while. That's all he said. This is all fucking optics. It's a presidential debate. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh, yes. Yes. If you don't know who this is, probably your girlfriend does, because women seem to love how she talks.
What are they doing to this poor rat? That is perverted.
Perverted?
What are they filling him with? He's getting too big.
No.
Oh my god, stop touching him. This is pervert behavior. Oh, stop it. Oh, what a terrible touch. Stop touching him. This is like a medieval torture.
Torture?
What the hell was even that? Oh my god. Oh, it's pretty cute. Oh, oh my god, that was very charming.
Charming! Oh, is that a sausage?
Oh my god, he is dead.
Oh, it's a sausage doggy.
Oh, not the dog. Oh no, you're filling him with the water of the hose.
The water of the Oz. The fuck is... It's like how we imagine a French stereotype will be. She sounds like this. Oh no!
He's also very charming. They look very cute like
Charming.
this. I won't lie to you.
A lie?
He's like a lamb.
Lamb.
Stop touching him! Freak! Monster! Oh, this poor animal. Oh!
My goodness. Lady Battle. Oh, this is cool. 1990, we got Lady Battle Cop. A film I wouldn't be mine to watch one day. She just murders everyone. Like a real cop. She's meant to be the hero, right? I'd have loved watching this as a kid, and I probably would love watching it now. I also love how she walks. She really does sound like she's just made of metal. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Hell yeah. I found... Oh, speaking of Japan, I found the next viral food in Japan. Okay. We're off to a good start. We are cubed.
I found the next viral food in Japan, and it's right up there with the cheese
Dinosaur.
coin and the sugar-coated cheese dogs. Except for cheese dogs are actually delicious, and I'd rather eat an actual 10-yen coin than eat the cheese one again. I'm in Tsuruhashi, Japan's unofficial Koreatown, when I stumbled across a frozen s'more. I haven't had a s'more since that time I camped in my backyard when I was 8, and then I got bored because I forgot to pack AA batteries for my Game Boy, so I just went inside and slept. Today
You know what? I've had a s'more, like a proper s'more on the campfire. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't hate it. But I was kind of a bit disappointed in it in the grand scheme of things. So in Japan, they would take the idea and then take it to strange new places. And I think a s'more is a good thing to try to take to new places. Because in my mind, it's a bit... Not as Mo said about the flaming Homer before he set it on fire. It's not without its charm.
I thought I'd go to a place that I've never seen before. This is Songhot, and they're serving up all sorts of drinks, cheese dogs, and most importantly a frozen block of ice cream.
Look at that! Look at the thing on the. That's some good marketing right there. Absolutely wasteful. So much plastic.
Torch-style T-Rex and Panda Head. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This is a marshmallow square formed around a frozen block of chocolate ice cream. I don't know how they do it, but I assume witchcraft. I guess the ice cream is liquid nitrogen so the T-Rex doesn't destroy the inside. Unfortunately, that leads to a freezing cold block of ice cream. It's so frozen that it's to the point where someone needs to find those 2 out of 37 dentists that don't recommend Sensodyne and get them to eat this and see if they...
It ain't just Sensodyne. It's also Colgate as well. It's actually all of them. They think it's too obvious when they say it's 5 out of 5. And as a result, it's like, okay, well, maybe 4 out of 5, maybe 2 out of 5, you know, 2 out of 10. But a 5 seems a little bit too risky.
Change their mind, because I guarantee they will. As a base, this is pretty good, but I'm looking forward to see what kind of crazy inventions this will spawn. But for now, it's the cheese dog for me. I found the next
cheese dog. I love the idea of it, the s'more. But yeah, no, let's keep going with it. It's a brainstorming session. Western culture at its finest. Fart pipes. This is what the immigrants are trying to take from Western people. It looks like some weird thing from Rick and Morty. Or you could say Nurgle won't tell you that he's trying to take over your town, but there'll be signs. And it should also be outside of like an all-you-can-eat curry house. Fart pipes. Gotta love fart pipes. I think that's actually what I'm going to change my name to. Much as I miss you there, Scoot. You can't grieve forever. Fart pipes. I'll also copy and paste. Fart pipes. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, but this feels too important not to share. Oh, look, he ended up on our screen anyway.
You can do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it. You can...
This is some fucking Homelander edifice complex shit. One more time.
Do it, baby. I love you so much. And it's bad news. Bad things are happening. Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, I didn't do it. You...
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah. I've been thinking more and more about the ads and the TV shows of my youth. It's a little thing called nostalgia. Apparently, when you hit the age of, these days, 26, it starts more and more. Until eventually you're in your 30s. And a good chunk of your time is thought about season 4 Simpson quotes and saying that we were too harsh on Family Guy and ads from the 80s.
Must be lunchtime. Come here, Pterosaurus.
Pterosaurus.
Hold it, Rex. Here's something even tastier than me. New Spaghetti-saurus. Look, there's Blanky and me. And who's the good-looking one? Oh, it's you, Rex.
Yeah.
All in the tasty tomato-saurus.
The tasty tomatosaurus, you know for a fact, is 90% sugar. It's that super cheap tomato sauce you can get, where it's the bulk of it is sweet, and that's why as a kid you loved it so much. It's the cheapest ketchup or tomato puree you can get. I of course pick it up because I'm poor. But you know, I might as well be in a food desert at this point now, considering how little food I can buy. This tuna and rice heavy lifestyle I have isn't just to help me lose weight. It's also because it's cheap as fuck. But I did actually have the Minions. Alright, this is something I want to show you guys. Fine. All right. You see these? See these? Not logged in. Okay, cool. These fuckers are for kids, obviously. They're where's the nutritional information? Interestingly enough, they don't show the nutritional information for these in like up front. You have to go look for them, maybe because it's a kid food. 109 calories. Okay, not bad. Now, for my dinner for 1 week, I did a video that never saw the light of day. What it was, for 1 week, I would have 2 of those fuckers every day for dinner, and then talk about my experience. What I didn't tell, well, what didn't happen was I didn't hit record until day 5. Oh, I thought I did. But when it was done, the image came up, the video, and said, would you like to save? And I guess I didn't. So I was looking at the remainder of that shit, and I'm like, no. Because that is some trash ass, cheap as shit sugar. And we're feeding our kids it. It's pretty not good. What is good is I would take these spaghetti. I'd take an original tin of spaghetti sauruses. Maybe not an opened one. I'm not Mickey Richards.
No spaghetti saurus from Crash and Blackwell. Eat them before they eat you.
Dinosaurs. Oh, by the way, Red, you missed out on the fart pipes, but I posted up the picture, the link in Discord. Okay, Justin Wang. YouTube mailed me a shirt with screen that played this. What? What? These ads are made in Russia by a dude who, if you've ever seen those sort of like skip ads where it was like the little guy who has to save the king or the princess or the pile of gold, and he always fails. That's intentional. The idea is, and it set a tone now. It can't just be this one dude. But these ads are just so... There has to be a compilation out there somewhere. Like the dude who is obsessed with smelling that girl's feet. It's just... these are selling me a product, are they? Because it's kind of failing. We actually already talked about that one. Oh, this is perfect. Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright, this one was from Flashgate, and it was the Space Marines. It was the Black Templars going to the Bluey household to kill some furries, but as he's about to kill them, real furries, really creepy furries, come out, and he ends up joining forces with the Bluey, the dad from Bluey, to save them, and then he just turns his gun on them anyway. And I've been following the footage. I've been following it on Twitter, and apparently it was taken down for a really stupid reason that people do it before you've seen it. Yeah, it was some good shit. It really was. And of course they had a little nod towards Space King at the end there. Oh, I love Flash Kids. I love Flash Kids, and I love Meat Canyon. Isn't Meat Canyon getting like a job, an actual, like, one of the studios picked them up? Because if they give him a lot, of like freedom, that would be really good. No, didn't Meat Canyon say that he's like taking a break from like being really mean with his artwork? Like, he's tired of punching at people. He kind of wants to do something more experimental with his stuff. Censored for violence, yeah. I forgot that this was taken down. Fuck it. We had a chance to watch it 2 weeks ago when Dragsaw was on for the Scott Hansen episode, but then they shot me down and said we have to go back and watch Cobes. And I tried to do it last week, but I was completely out of my fucking head. And they wanted to talk about D&D for 2 hours. And now I can't show it. It was good shit, man. Is a censored version now? Pass. Hard pass. Not the same. It's like watching a movie and then going on a flight and seeing the flight equivalent. No, thank you. Now this has been interesting. There's this game where this Russian town, you're trying to escape this Russian town that's watched over by this giant cop, and you can appease him, you can try to your job is to escape the town, and he won't let you leave. He won't let anyone leave. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. There's a lot of, it looks ridiculous and kind of terrifying at the same time. There's a little bit of, as all good Russian content is, there's a little bit of hidden jabs towards being in one of the most depressing places in the world that isn't the UK. All right, fondant potatoes. Woo! And it's Future Canoe. Should I keep? No, it's fine.
Whenever I want to impress them with my cooking, I make them fondant potatoes.
I don't know how she says that. Fondant. Classic American problem. You don't need to separate the two words. If they don't have a little line, if they're not two separate words, you mash them together. It's okay. They're a couple. They like to be snuggled up.
Get ready to be impressed by my cooking.
Cut russet potatoes into 1-inch rounds.
Cut russet potatoes into 1-inch rounds.
And with a ring mold, we are going to cut out this cylinder circle shape.
Cylinder shape implies circle. This does not.
Add them to a stainless steel pan with high smoke point oil.
Add them to a stainless steel pan with olive oil.
Yeah.
Did it get on your face? I'm sorry.
Flip them over, add some butter, thyme, crushed garlic, and rosemary. This is where the flavor's at.
Flip them over and add some butter, thyme. This is where the flavor's at.
Once the butter is frothy, we're going to add chicken stock.
Once the butter is frothy, we're going to add water and chicken.
Wait, did she say how hot it needs to be?
Oil.
Add them to a stainless steel pan.
Circle shape.
Cylinder shape implies circle. This does not.
Add them to a stainless steel pan with high smoke point oil.
Add them to a stainless steel pan with olive oil. Did it get on your face? I'm sorry.
Flip them over, add some butter, thyme, crushed garlic, and rosemary. This is where the flavor's at.
Flip them over and add some butter, thyme. This is where the flavor's at.
Once the butter is frothy, we're going to add chicken stock.
Once the butter is frothy, we're going to add water and chicken bouillon.
Pot them in a 400-degree oven.
You can tell one of these people have money. The other do not have money. This man lives in New York. You think there's a correlation? Maybe find a different place that isn't so expensive if you thought about that.
Oven for 20 minutes, and then you have the perfect fondant potatoes.
Pop them into an oven for 20 minutes. Now we have scallops at home. What's this black thing? Let's give it a taste and rate 1 to 10. It's baked potato, but way juicier. 8 out of 10. Alright, thank you.
Whenever...
Yeah, I'm very much pro fondant. But don't stop there. You melt up some rich, gooey cheese. And then you drizzle it on top. You infuse it with something nice and spicy, like a nice... Or no, not spicy. Maybe like something like sort of zestiness. Oh, this has been on my feed for a while now. Ah. Plonk. Bonk. Oh, hey. Bit of a cheat at the end there. No, all the diabetes. Dude, that's mesmerizing on its own. Oh, so close. Hey. The thing is, people have been expanding on it, and everyone's been asking the very simple question. Who cleans the fuck up afterwards? And it better be the person filming. So for those few seconds of footage, probably took like 2 hours of cleanup. Because over the top censor gets great, takes the piss out of YouTube big time. You're missing out. I'll watch it on my own, and if I like it, be around this time tomorrow, and we'll watch it. Don't let me forget. Yeah, we watched that a while back. I'm seeing there the fermented fish sausage. Alright, I shouldn't have saved that one. That would get me copyrighted. Former Lidl worker withdraws injury claim after video of her exercising at gym. Claimed she had injured her back at work, withdraw on High Court. Video was shown of her exercising. Oh! Benefit fraud. Womp womp. Yeah, it took me a few seconds to be like, wait, what? Yeah, no. Sorry, love. Sorry, you're ruining it for everyone who actually needs that shit. She's fit enough to be in the army. Yeah, pretty much. Down soon, little. After severe back injury, work conditions. She's only able to do gentle Pilates. It's very far away from I'm not going to show the actual video. I don't have the gut to go all the way up. I tried to do, this morning actually, I tried to do some sit-ups and my stomach is not as big as it was, so I got further on in. But I'm sorry, I'm normally for people throwing shade at companies, but you know, for the right reasons. Sorry, love. Oh, this is good shit. And no, I didn't watch the whole thing. This is from Curious Archive, who does some really good videos on alternate worlds, alternate geology, look, Beasts of the Apocalypse, Extraordinary Life of a Terraformed World. Dead Worlds, What Are Pikmin? But he does it all incredibly seriously. More importantly, though, he gets you into stuff that's pretty obscure. Like, The Labyrinth is actually a really good series. I've sent a few of these to Gurley. But fuck it, yeah, we'll watch this one.
Became a renowned astronomer.
Earth is well, it's 21 minutes. Should I leave it till tomorrow? Maybe. Yeah, this one gets a pass till tomorrow. We already watched the Adam something video after all. Hank.
So you're walking to work and you're looking around and you see a Cadbury cream egg on the ground.
See what he did? He did the same thing. Cadbury. It's Cadbury. It's not hard. It's not. You're a smart man, Hank. You know that it's not hard to use words to Cadbury. No, stop it. Say it right.
See a Cadbury cream.
Cadbury. 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 A Cadbury makes me think of like a subgenre of berry that you found just like on the side of like a plant.
Egg on the ground, and you know you shouldn't eat it cause that would be gross. So you're
egg. I prefer the chocolate eggs that are like hard chocolate inside and have this really strong sugary coating on the outside. Cadbury cream eggs are okay, but they're kind of goopy. And that's one reason why they made them in some cases smaller. You can get much smaller ones, and that's okay because they're just little shots of it. But like the proper ones are these huge goopy things. They're just it's a little bit off-putting. Oh, this is a weird story. I don't know who this guy is, but it's interesting in its way, I suppose.
Someone sent me a message saying, Josh, I would like you to know that you are indirectly responsible.
Well, I haven't really shilled that much, probably because I've been live streaming every day now, at least until possibly Monday. I'm still good to go, by the way. I'm not getting any fatigue. Because it's only day 2. Although I did stream Homeworld earlier today, and I think we're playing Final Fantasy X tomorrow, and then we're back here. And I'll repeat the process, with the exception of maybe Sunday, where I'll just do the podcast. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you've been enjoying yourself. Don't forget we have a stream goal up there. Anything given, greatly appreciated for the meetup on Sunday. Don't forget that meetup on Sunday. Meetup in September. S is S, but not the SS. Don't forget that we have a big schedule planned for next week too, and I'm including the last drinking day I'm planning to have until the 5th of next month. It's going to be the 5th of this month coming. So that was a weird way of saying that. Let me try that again. On the 5th of July, I will have a drink with my friend Elf King. I'll be doing that here on stream. We'll have a good time. Have the Jack Daniels in there. I'm gonna get some mixer to go with it. Might get one of those mixed drinks. I don't know. Probably don't need much else besides the Jack. Then I'm not drinking anything until August the 5th. So, hell yeah. Now, do this for a little while longer. It's almost 5 o'clock. Doing this for 32 hours now. Yeah. Might do it for another half hour to 45 minutes.
For holding up the aviation industry in Brazil. And when I say holding up, I mean like propping up the industry. I'm a cornerstone of the industry. And I'm like, I really hope this message goes somewhere because I've never been involved in the aviation industry within Brazil. And then they went on to say they work as a kind of technical specification data transfer specialist where they move huge amounts of data about technical schematics for planes. This is not a joke, this is genuine. But doing this takes a long time because it's a lot of data and the computer needs to be on for a long time. But for some reason the system they use stops working unless one of the monitors is playing a video. So they've been playing the worst MMO just on repeat for ages because it keeps the computer on and allows the files to transfer from A to B. Someone sent me a message.
That sounds like I would, even if it was someone I absolutely loved listening to. Like when I was on my bender last week, I was listening to a lot of long form videos, a lot of what's his name, Max Miller, Tasting History, a lot of random big names, a little bit of Patrician TV. Start getting back into Down the Rabbit Hole, as you see there. Start the stream. And after a while, it goes from a sort of a warm background noise, the person's voice, than rather you're getting the information itself. Now, this might be my autism, but after a while, it's not that you hate the person. It's that you just stop realizing they're trying to relay information to you all the time. And you just kind of zone out. And this is, I think, the closest I've ever gotten to, like, meditation. I feel like I should turn some Boston on and just flow it out of my body. I have had an out-of-body experience, but not, like, intentionally set for it. It was very... it's very chill, and eventually the only thing that gets me to stop it is either a technical problem from one of my Paradox games, because I'm normally playing like Crusader Kings or something. If you ever do see me play Crusader Kings like that, you know I'm just in a sort of lost to the sands of time, listening to an audiobook or listening to a long form video. And you just stop hearing the words and just start hearing this sort of drone. I wonder, out there somewhere, am I that to somebody? And if I am, send me some fucking money. I want to have a good time in September. No. Well, yes, first of all, 100% correct. But also, hope you're having a good day. Stay hydrated and move around a lot. Oh, that's the other thing. I might have to get out of my chair after a while because, well, my sciatica. That's actually why I'm probably going to wrap up sooner rather than later now, thinking of it. My sciatica's acting up a bit. I need to walk about, do exercise. All I can really do right now is squats or leave the apartment, maybe. Still too early to go up to the shop, even though the sun's out. Made that all about me. That's a very cool story. Hope I'm not propping up any airline industry. Jesus Christ. We've made a little bit of a difference over the past 2 days. Let's get 10 videos lined up. And then... that looks like cum. Then we can... oh, hell yeah. That one. Should be probably easier if I set up 5. Yeah, so I'll keep that till tomorrow. Let's hope there isn't like a fucking war between South Africa and like I don't know, Uruguay. Madagascar, yeah. Because then I'm gonna have to cover that. Don't these people care about my needs? My wants?
Trending cold jelly noodles recipe in China.
Trending cold jelly noodle recipe in China.
What?
Pea starch or mung bean starch.
Mung bean starch, huh?
Water from Mississippi River.
Water from the East River.
Continuously stir until it becomes thick and smooth.
Continue to stir until it becomes thick and smooth.
Let it sit until solidified.
Let it sit till it solidifies.
Shred with Grandma's secret grater.
Oh no!
Shred with Grandma's...
No. I might actually have to wrap this up. Fuck it. We were doing so well. Okay.
Secret boyfriend shredder. Oh no.
Minced garlic.
Minced garlic.
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Black vinegar.
White vinegar.
Salt and evil chicken bouillon.
Salt and righteous chicken bouillon.
Chili oil.
Yeah.
Chili oil.
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Green onion and cilantro.
Green onion.
Done and
not look
dusted.
appealing.
Out of this world.
Let's violently mix it with single hand. Give it a taste and rate 1 to 10. That was the craziest fork drop I've ever seen. It tastes like a Jello snack, but soy sauce flavored. Alright, thank you.
Trending.
You didn't even say if it was good or not. Yeah, no, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm gonna be hearing about the debate for the rest of the evening and tomorrow and all that shit. Fuck. Yeah. I ain't comfy. I'm gonna say goodbye. See you tomorrow for Final Fantasy. Once I can sit down again, I'm gonna start grinding on Final Fantasy X. If I can, if I'm in an area where I can grind. And we'll see you over there. Well, today, my standards. Tomorrow for the rest of you. Never get a sciatica, kids, because once you get it, you can't get rid of it. Like falling in love. But with nerve damage. So like falling with